do a little bit different today, I think. Um, it's been a pretty intense day for me. And normally I don't like doing videos like when I'm processing or working through stuff, and so take take care of myself in that way and do the videos when I'm feeling called to do them, and feeling good and healthy and happy. But I'm feeling it's very important to be vulnerable in the times when I'm struggling and having a hard time. And so I think like this video will be more about me just talking about my feelings and like what it's like sometimes. So last night, I do a lot of work through dream states and 4D, and I do a lot of healing, not only for myself but for the collective. And it was pretty active last night, and I felt myself purging a lot of old feelings and emotions. And I woke up really tired this morning. Didn't want to get up, and wanting stillness. And there was like a way that I was holding a lot of energy around just despair and hopelessness and grief. And I had a lot of visions, but it didn't really make that much sense to me. I don't really understand what they're about. It's nothing that I remember happening in this life. And so, and that happens sometimes, especially when I do work for the collective. But some of it's mine too, I'm sure, like maybe from another life, or but a lot about betrayal and um, as a woman being taken advantage of, and feeling the despair in that. And it took several hours where I just had to hold space, and I'm human too, so I try to distract myself, and I try to do other things, but then I get to a point where I just surrender and just allow things to be, and things go a little smoother. But it's hard to hold that energy. And I was getting to the point where it was like too much for me. And I let Archangel Michael, who's my main guide, know that I was like getting overwhelmed and it was too much. And I got a little bit of a break this afternoon, and I talked to a dear sister of mine whom I've known for many lifetimes, but just got reacquainted for the first time in this life, and it cheered me. And then that kind of got a little break, a few hours this afternoon, and then now this evening it's coming back on, and just feeling a lot of sorry for the way that we treat each other. And what's kind of coming up is like the way that the ways that people follow the rules in society for a long time and work really hard, and then as they get older they're kind of forgotten. And when we're older, it's such a special, sacred time. I feel like it's this transition period of getting ready to be to come back into the spirit realm. And it's the twilight period, before it gets dark again. And so the last like glimpses of light. And but we as a society, we don't treat our elders as sacred and have wisdom and treat them with respect. And just kind of seeing that, and it really breaks my heart about the way that we forget the sacrifices and the suffering that they have experienced in this life. And as a sensitive human, I want to ease that and make it a sacred place. But at the same time, there's a part of me too that knows that I can't do everything on my own. I can't create for someone else, and I can recognize it and do my best. But as one person, I can't change the way that society views this. And that's hard because I want to put my whole heart and soul into it and make things better. But it doesn't make things better for me. That's been a really hard lesson for me. It's something I'm trying to learn. That I can't create for others. I have to allow them to create for themselves. And like so many times, I've given my heart and soul to create the dreams that other people want, or be the person that other people say that they want, and then I always feel resentful or taken advantage of, not appreciated. And so learning to say no, create the boundaries, and it's been a lesson I've been trying to learn for the last few months, and little by little, seeing those things. But it's hard because because of my abilities, I can see, and I know my heart remembers like that, the way it should be, like the way that we should treat each other, and with compassion and love and respect and honesty. We don't do that. And with my own trauma too, I get caught up in that a lot, about growing up and having to put my needs aside for the good of my family, or the good of others, and be something that I necessarily wasn't, or be something that I wasn't so that I could survive, please people, and getting that part of myself back. Really like having to decide, like, okay, how much can I give? How much can I share at this moment? And the heartbreak in that. I've been feeling a lot of the hopelessness that I think many people out there are feeling, and the fear. I mean, things really are changing, and particularly for me here in United States, and feeling the sadness around the what happened in Syria with the chemical warfare, and then United States retaliating by shooting missiles, and it's horrifying, and feeling that that mentality of an eye for an eye, like, you do this and I'm gonna do this back to you, like, reminds me of that saying about when we retaliate an eye for an eye, we just end up in a world full of people without eyes. And it's so true. Like, when we inflict our suffering on everyone around us, then just create more suffering. And like, when are we gonna learn that that's not, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for us to continue just hurting each other. And of course, like, we're all doing our best, and I'm not saying that I'm blameless, but I try really hard to be truthful and honest, and kind, thoughtful of what other people might be experiencing. So this is just kind of a window into my process around honoring my suffering, honoring the work that I'm asked to do in this world, and sit with whatever comes up, and it's hard work that we're doing. If you're not acknowledging that or honoring that in yourself, I hope that you take this moment to do so. Those of us that have chosen to honor this path and dive deep into the darkness of our souls and explore every inch of our suffering and our trauma, and honoring each one and finding the preciousness in each parts that have felt abandoned and neglected and betrayed, and feels shame or guilt or grief or sorrow. It takes courage, my loves, and I want you to know that I feel that with you, and I'm honoring that in you. And I also want you to know that you're never alone in this work, that if you could see beyond the veils, you would see that we have so much support from our ancestors, and the angels and the archangels and ascended masters, and a plethora of other helpers that are so excited for us to do this work and birth into a new way of being, and breaking down those old ways. And I'm hoping that in my lifetime that I'll be able to see the changes that I'm wanting, and It's hard to be so sensitive in this world. You feel so much, and but we do our best, don't we? Well, I'm with you all and sending you love, and you're not alone. You're so loved and supported in ways that you could never imagine when you choose to be in service to the divine. Really honor these aspects, these wounded aspects that the universe always loves and supports us and is so devoted to our work. So don't forget. And I send my love to you as well.